In 1988, Ben Johnson ran the fastest 100 meters the world had ever seen, 9.79 seconds. But just 72 hours later, that gold medal was gone. This is the story of the greatest sprint, and the greatest scandal, in Olympic history. Johnson narrowed the gap over his great rival in the following years, and as the pair prepared for the 1987 World Championships in Rome, Johnson beat the American several times to become the sport's preeminent sprinter. Born in Jamaica and raised in Canada, Ben Johnson quickly made a name for himself as a powerful sprinter. By the mid-1980s, he was one of the only athletes fast enough to challenge Carl Lewis, the reigning sprint king from the US. In 1987, Johnson beat Lewis and set a world record of 9.83 seconds at the World Championships. Canada hailed him as a national hero, the man who could take on America's track dominance. Yet Lewis already had his doubts. Refusing to name names, he hinted rivals were using drugs to cheat the system. Then came Rome, when Johnson, propelled by an astonishing start and phenomenal leg speed, won gold in a new world record time of 9.83 seconds. Johnson rubbished Lewis's suggestions. When 1988 finally came, Johnson was the favorite, but a hamstring injury at the start of the year rocked his preparations, and Lewis was by far the more impressive qualifier for the Seoul final. Johnson even qualified for one round as a fastest loser after a decision to ease up near the line saw him finish third. The final arrived and the world's eyes were on 100 meters of running track in Seoul's glistening Olympic Stadium. Johnson's trademark electrifying start gave him an early lead, and his position was never threatened. In fact, Lewis, whose second 50-meter was generally recognized as the best, made few inroads into the Canadians' lead in the closing stages. He crossed the line in 9.79 seconds, a world record. He raised his arm. The world gasped. It was the greatest sprint anyone had ever seen. The crowd roared as the time of 9.79 seconds was displayed on the scoreboard. On September 24 he was king of the world. 3 days later he was in utter disgrace. News broke. Ben Johnson had tested positive for stanozolol, an anabolic steroid. The gold medal was stripped. The world record erased. Johnson flew back to Canada in disgrace. He claimed sabotage at first, but later admitted he'd been doping since 1981, and that many others were too. The scandal exposed a deep culture of performance-enhancing drugs in elite sport. Ben Johnson's fall wasn't just personal, it changed the Olympics forever. Anti-doping policies were overhauled. Testing got stricter. And the name Ben Johnson became a symbol of both unmatched speed and the price of cheating. What would you have done under that pressure? Let us know in the comments, and hit that like if you remember that race. Subscribe for more track and field stories that shocked the world.